Hello guys and girls, it is I, Aaron Lee here, and today I'm going to do a video about the book of Zephaniah from the ESV version, the English Standard version, and I read it from BibleGateway.com, and it's a pretty, I read it with my friend Stephen, and it's a pretty powerful book, and I really enjoyed reading it. I'm reading it for the second time today, and I'm gonna try to read more and pray more and listen to my mother about Christ more often. And I really liked this book, and I really did like it. Alright, guys and girls. And my mom told me that the world was going to end in September, or something of that line. And supposedly there's this new machine that will open the abyss and demons will come out, or something. That's what my mom told me. And she's concerned that my soul might get lost, or might go to hell or something. I don't want to go there. So I'm just going to read this Zephaniah for you. There, I hope you will learn from it and understand it. And I'm sure I'm not good at discussing what I read and stuff, but I'll read all. It's a very short book, I guess, and it's only 3 chapters. So here it goes. I was going to read. Here it goes. Zephaniah 1, chapter 1. The word of the Lord that came to Zephaniah, the son of Cush, son of Gedaliah, son of Amariah, son of Azekah, in the days of Josiah, the son of Amon, king of Judah. The coming judgment on Judah. I will utterly sweep away everything from the face of the earth, declares the Lord. I will sweep away man and beast. I will sweep away the birds of the heavens and the fish of the sea, and the rubble with the wicked. I will cut off mankind from the face of the earth, declares the Lord. I will stretch out my hand against Judah and against all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and I will cut off from this place the remnant of Baal and the name of the idolatrous priest along with the priests, those who bow down on the roofs to the host of the heavens, those who bow down and swear to the Lord and yet swear by Malcolm, those who have turned back from following the Lord, who do not seek the Lord or inquire of him. I think Zephaniah has some, I don't know. He's some prophet. He's a prophet of the Lord. And this is a pretty good book. I think Baal is that idol that people worshipped in that day. And yes, other people worship other idols and stuff like that, which is pretty wrong. We should only worship the Lord who saved us. I'll continue reading now. Those who have turned back from following the Lord, who do not seek the Lord or inquire of him. The day of the Lord is near. Be silent before the Lord God, for the day of the Lord is near. The Lord has prepared a sacrifice and consecrated his guests. And on the day of the Lord's sacrifice, I will punish the officials and the king's sons, and all who array themselves in foreign attire. On that day I will punish everyone who leaps over at the threshold, and those who fill their master's house with violence and fraud. On that day, declares the Lord, a cry will be heard from the fish, and a wail from the second quarter, a loud crash from the hills. Wail, O inhabitants of the Motar, for all the traders are no more. All who weigh out silver are cut off. At that time I will search Jerusalem with lamps, and I will punish the men who are complacent, those who say in their hearts, the Lord will not do good, nor will he do ill. Their goods shall be plundered, and their houses laid waste. Though they build houses, they shall not inhabit them. Though they plant vineyards, they shall not drink wine from them. The great day of the Lord is near, and hastening fast. The sound of the day of the Lord is bitter. The mighty man cries aloud there. A day of wrath is that day, a day of distress and anguish, a day of ruin and desolation, a day of darkness and gloom, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of trumpet blast and battle cry against the fortified cities, and against the lofty battlements. I will bring distress on mankind, so that they shall walk like the blind, because they have sinned against the Lord. Their blood shall be poured out like dust, and their flesh like dung. Dung is meaning poop, or some people say the shit word, but that's what it is, poop. And I'm sorry to say that about the Bible, but that's what dung means. If you didn't know what that meant, but that's what it means. I'll continue. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them. On the day of the wrath of the Lord, in the fire of his jealousy, all the earth shall be consumed. And I'm sorry for my language there, guys. For a full and sudden end. He will make of all the inhabitants of the earth. That was chapter 1 of Zephaniah, I think so. And verse 9 is, on the day I will punish everyone who leaps over the threshold, and those who fill their master's house with fines and fraud. What that means, or their lords, meaning their Lord's house. And verse 11 is, or all the people of Canaan. Verse 11 is talking about Canaan. Verse 12 was, Hebrew are thickening on the dregs of their wine. At that time I will search Jerusalem with lamps, and I will punish them who are complacent. I said, Okay, that's it for chapter 1. Now I'll go on to chapter 2. Judgment on Judah's enemies. I hope you're still there, guys and girls. And here it goes. Gather together, yes. Yes, we gather, O shameless nation, before the decree takes effect. Before the day, the dash means, quote, like Stevenson. Before the day passes like chaff. Before there comes upon you the burning anger of the Lord. Before there comes upon you the day of the anger of the Lord. Seek the Lord, all you humble of the land, who do his just commands. Seek righteousness, seek humility. Perhaps you may be hidden on the day of the anger of the Lord. For Gaza shall be deserted, and Ashkelon, Ashkelon, shall become a desolation. These are like cities and nations. Yeah. A desolation. Ashdod's people shall be driven out at noon, and Ekron shall be uprooted. Woe to you, inhabitants of the seacoast, you nation of the Cherethites. The word of the Lord is against you, O Canaan, land of the Philistines, and I will destroy you until no inhabitant is left. And you, O sea coast, shall be pastures, with meadows for the shepherds, and folds for flocks. The sea coast shall become the possession of the remnant of the house of Judah, on which they shall graze. In the houses of Ashkelon they shall lie down at evening, for the Lord their God will be mindful of them, and restore their fortunes. I have turned the taunts of Moab, and the rivalings of the Ammonites, how they have taunted my people, and made boasts against their territory. Therefore, as I live, declares the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, that Moab shall become like Sodom, and the Ammonites like Gomorrah, a land possessed by nettles and salt pits, and a waste forever. And Sodom and Gomorrah were an evil group of people that were destroyed in the Old Testament. And Zephaniah is a book in the Old Testament. I will now continue. The remnant of my people shall plunder them, and the survivors of my nation shall possess them. This shall be their lot in return for their pride, because they taunted and boasted against the people of the Lord of hosts. The Lord will be awesome against them, for he will famish all the gods of the earth, and to him shall bow down, each in its place, all the lands of the nations. You also, O Cushites, shall be slain by my sword, and he will stretch out his hand against the north and destroy Assyria, and he will make Nineveh a desolation. And Nineveh was from Jonah, the book of Jonah. A dry waste like the desert. Herds shall lie down in her midst, and all kinds of beasts, even the owl and the hedgehog shall lodge in her capitals. A voice shall hoot in the window. Devastation will be on the threshold. Threshold is usually where the door is. For cider work will be laid bare. And cider is a tree, a type of tree. Will be laid bare. This is the exalted city that lived securely, that said in her heart, I am, and there is no one else. What a desolation she has become. A lair for wild beasts. And what do they mean by she or her? They mean by the cities of the world and nations. And yeah, everyone who passes by her hisses and shakes his fist. Hissing and shakes his fist in shame and disappointment. I don't know what it really means, but yeah, it's a pretty good book. That was chapter 2 of Zephaniah, and they do footnotes on each chapter in this book, and the footnotes are A, B, C, D, E. The one for verse 2 is Hebrew gives birth. Verse 3, or who carry out his judgment. Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 6, or caves, and D. Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 14, Hebrew beasts of every nation. E. Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 14, the identity of the animals rendered owl and hedgehog is uncertain. Now on to chapter 3, the last one for today, and my video, Judgment, chapter 3, Judgment on Jerusalem and the nations. Woe to her who is rebellious and defiled, the oppressing city. She listens to no voice. She accepts no correction. She does not trust in the Lord. She does not draw near to her God. And I said this was I guess they're talking about America here, or whatever nations there are today. It applies for back then, and it applies for this generation. And yeah. And now I'll continue now, okay? And I hope you understood that part I just said. Her officials within her are roaring lions. Lions like animals from the jungle, I guess. Her judges are evening wolves. Officials be like the police and local authorities, I think, are like roaring lions. And the judges, meaning the lawyers and the judges, are like the evening wolves. Is more like it, I guess. That I'll continue now. That leave nothing till the morning. Her prophets are fickle, treacherous, men. Her priests profane what is holy. They do violence to the law. The Lord within her is righteous. He does no injustice. With the violence of the law, our generation, our nations are very violent nations. I'll continue now. The Lord with, I said it, that part. I'm sorry if I repeated myself there. Every morning he shows forth his justice. His justice each dawn. He does not fail. The unjust knows no shame. I have cut off nations. Their battlements are in ruins. I have laid waste their streets, so that no one walks in them. Their cities have been made desolate, without a man, without an inhabitant. I said, in quote, surely you will fear me. You will accept correction. Then your dwelling will not be cut off. According to all that I have appointed against you. But all the more they were eager to make all their deeds corrupt. Therefore, wait for me, declares the Lord, for the day when I rise up to seize the prey. For my decision is to gather nations, to assemble kingdoms, to pour out upon them my indignation, all my burning anger, for in the fire of my jealousy all the earth shall be consumed. The conversion of the nations. For at that time I will change the speech of the peoples to a pure speech. And this part is called the conversion of the nations. I'll continue now. That all of them may call upon the name of the Lord and serve him with no accord. From beyond the rivers of Cush. Cush is a country in Egypt. Is a city in Egypt. My worshippers, the daughter of my dispersed ones, shall bring my offering. On that day you shall not be put to shame, because of the deeds by which you have rebelled against me, for then I will remove from your midst your proudly exalted ones, and you shall no longer be haughty in all my holy mountain. On my holy mountain. But I will leave in your midst a people humble and lowly. They shall seek refuge in the name of the Lord. Those who are left in Israel, they shall do no injustice, and speak no lies, nor shall there be found in their mouth a deceitful tongue. For they shall graze and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. Israel's joy and restoration. Sing aloud, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O Israel. Rejoice and exult with all your heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. The Lord has taken away the judgments against you. He has cleared away your enemies. The King of Israel, the Lord, is in your midst. You shall never again fear evil. On that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, fear not, O Zion. Let not your hands grow weak. The Lord your God is in your midst, a mighty one who will save. He will rejoice over you with gladness. He will quiet you by his love. He will exalt over you with loud singing. I will gather those of you who mourn for the festival, so that you will no longer suffer reproach. Behold, at that time I will deal with all your oppressors, and I will save the lame and gather the outcast. I will change their shame into praise and renowned in all the earth. At that time I will bring you in. At that time when I gather you together, for I will make you renowned and praised among all the peoples of the earth. When I restore your fortunes before your eyes, says the Lord. And the footnotes for this one is A. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 7, Hebrew her. B. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 7, Hebrew her. C. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 18. The meaning of the Hebrew is uncertain. That's it on the book of Zephaniah, guys and girls, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please rate, comment, like, favorite, subscribe, view, thoughts, opinions, and please subscribe. And I had a good day today, and I hope I continue to have a good week. And I will drink some hot chocolate, guys and girls, and I'll see you all later.